Hi, my name is Genie, and this is the podcast Dreams to Reality. So I'm a goal-setting coach and an author. Dreams to Reality is actually based on my book, Dreams to Reality, the 4 keys of living the life of your dreams. And I discovered the 4 keys through my journey in manifestation. I was manifesting a lot, but then it was like not consistent manifesting. How sometimes I would manifest and it would de-manifest, and I was just like, what are the principles and what are the keys to manifestation? And apparently it all boils down to four keys. The first key is, of course, clarity. So you have to have clarity of what you want. Clearing what gets in the way using the tools that you have, like emotional freedom technique, emotion code, or anything that, pranic healing, anything that relieves the anxiety regarding a goal, emotional blocks, and there's belief blocks, release. So basically I use magnetic recode, and I'll talk about it, and I have talked about it in other episodes. Do check it out. It will be in one of the episodes. Anyway, magnetic recode is sort of like in between key 2 and key 3. So magnetic recode is sort of a clearing tool as well, clearing the subconscious blocks and what's getting in the way. So that is one of the tools that I use. The third key is subconscious reprogramming or unconscious reprogramming. So you can use different modalities. I use magnetic recode, basically telling a higher aspect of my mind to pinpoint exactly what the blocks were, and to also tell the unconscious mind that, hey, this is the block, and can you make me aware about the block? And it really works. So again, magnetic recode is in between key 2 and 3. So subconscious reprogramming also involves like visualization, hypnosis. I do self-hypnosis on myself. I listen to my own self-hypnosis meditation MP3. It's actually on my store. It's in my store, stan.store/mysticgenie88. Do check it out. And then the 4th key is aligned action. Without taking action, there's literally no movement. So you have to take action, but it has to be aligned action, meaning you take action that is related to your goal, and you reduce the action that is not leading up to your goal. Like maybe you use too much social media. Instead of maybe being on social media for over an hour, maybe 30 minutes, and then the 30 minutes that you save, maybe it goes to doing marketing research or doing something related to your goal, And so the topic actually for today, that was like a really long introduction, but the topic for today is actually, it's about the self-help industry. And a lot of people are just focusing on the wrong thing. They are focusing on fixing themselves or trying to fix themselves. So I am one of those people too, or I was one of those people until I discovered like magnetic recode. I am part and a student of Conscious Education. It's by Chris Duncan, and his work is based on Colette Stryker and another guy. I forgot. I actually met him in person, so I can't remember him right now, but yeah, he bases his work on all of his gurus. But basically Chris Duncan's scope is that you don't focus on fixing yourself, you just focus on creating a new reality for yourself. And sometimes people in the self-help industry is not really helping, because a lot of times people that are into self-help get addicted to the tools and the techniques and the methods, and then they just keep on recreating more problems to solve. I was one of those people. I was in a problem mindset instead of a creative process or creative mindset. So there's huge difference. And so I, from time to time, will still do the problem solving, which is, of course, you will encounter something that like, yeah, I really need a solution to this one. And of course, I still meditate for wisdom in order to solve that goal. Not the goal, but the problem. But again, problem and goal should be different. So you should have, when you have a goal, don't think of it as a problem you need to solve, but think of it as what do you need to do and what do you need to create. What new reality do you need to shift into in order to reach that goal? So there's a slight difference, not slight, huge difference. If you have goals and you're thinking about trying to solve the problems that are blocking you from getting there, it will take you a long, long time. And I do notice that people that are into self-help, it used to be me too, I was so focused on the problem. And this was a few years ago when I was living in Denver area. So I attended like a healing group. I was one of the pranic healers. And I met a person that was there for healing. And I think that person was a regular. That person didn't take pranic healing classes, was just always there to be healed. And I spoke to this woman. I think that was I've met so many people in my life. I think, it was a woman. And I think she had some PTSD, she said. And I actually told her, there's this wonderful tool that can help you clear the PTSD in a short amount of time. So I redirected her to PS Tech. PS Tech is one of the technologies that really helped me a lot. This one saved my life. I was heartbroken, I was depressed, and it got me out like really fast. So in just a few sessions, it's really rapid release of the emotions, negative emotions, and associations with memories and negative emotions. So I sent her over to PS Tech. It's pstec.org, and the guy that developed this was a software engineer, I think, and he was also into hypnosis, if I recall. He's based in the UK. I actually got all of his stuff, and I used it before as well, and it's still on standby just in case there's things I really need to clear, because our emotions can block our way. So I told her, like, this one really works because I've been using it on myself. I was literally despondent, like, when I was heartbroken, really traumatic, like heartbreak. Didn't expect it at all, but I did use it before I recommended it to her, and I said, this will help you with your PTSD. And in fact, they specialize in PTSD as well. There's like a package for PTSD, and it works. And I showed it to her, and I said, it's free. It's free. You can do it. Just go to the website, download it. It's free. The first few tracks are free. It's going to clear you up. And you know what she told me? At the end of that conversation, it was like 5-10 minute conversation. I was trying to help her, but she was saying like, yeah, but I still need to fix myself. And that really just stumped me. I was like, what? I literally have a tool that can save your life so you won't be stuck forever. But she said, yeah, but I still need to work on myself. I still need to fix myself. And I'm like, so I don't know how long she was going to those free pranic healing classes, but I was thinking she probably went there for months. And yeah, the pranic healing does offer relief, but if you want like rapid relief, like, to get unstuck right away, to clear the emotions and the association of your negative emotions with the memory, use PS Tech, and that's like really a wonderful tool. But this person, like many of us in the self-help world, is, we're addicted to this idea that, I gotta fix myself first. I have to fix myself. I can't reach that goal yet because I have to work on this one. And then, but that's the thing, you may never get to your goal because you're just focusing on fixing something, but there's always a lot of things to fix. There's always going to be things to fix. We are not perfect human beings, and we never will be. But if you have a goal, you want to get there, just clear what gets in your way and just proceed, And that's really what the 4 keys are about. And I'm really glad when I discovered the 4 keys, I also discovered Chris Duncan's work, because it's basically the same principle. Just be clear on what you want and clear what gets in the way, and train your subconscious mind to work for you rather than against you, and take aligned action. Basically the 4 keys. And that's basically what Chris Duncan is doing as well. But he's using the superconscious, and I use it as one of the tools that I use, maybe one of the major tools that I use, but not the only tool that I use. I use whatever will clear the situation and that is blocking me from, getting to my goal, getting to my end destination. And it could be magnetic recode, it could be other things. And PS Tech was definitely one of the tools that I used, because it's so effective. And I kid you not, I think I did it 8 times or 10 times. So I was depressed, right? So because so my ex left me for someone else. I was literally despondent. I literally had to force myself to do PS Tech. And I forgot about it. I used it years ago, and I forgot about the technology. And then for some reason, wisdom just came back to my mind. I'm like, I really got to get out of this funk. It was worse than a funk. It was I was despondent. I didn't know what to do. Of course, pranic healing helped, but I really wanted relief right then. And also saw this YouTube video that this guy was going through heartache, and he was just heartbroken and he couldn't do anything else. So I also did the same thing. I did 8 sessions on myself in one sitting. I literally tears were flowing from my eyes, and I was crying. But at the end of the 8 sessions, it's consecutively, I did it okay, I did 1, and then I did 2, I did 3, because I literally was not functioning at all, because I was so depressed and just heartbroken. I could not. I think this was at the time when I discovered that my ex got married, I think. And but that's the thing, I didn't even know that he was seeing someone else while we were still together, and we were together for almost 5 years. So, and then he just suddenly ghosted me, disappeared from my life. I didn't know. I'll talk about it in detail too, about I might have to write that down, about the field of information. Anyway, so I was so despondent, I was so depressed, I was just not functioning. I was I didn't know what to do. I literally just was so overwhelmed with emotion that I just needed instant relief. So I did the PS Tech, and I did 8 sessions that day. And from 100, you have to grade yourself, how you feel from 0 to 100. It was 0 to 1,000. Literally, it was that bad. And I did 1 track, and then I looped another track again, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th. I think I remember I did it at least 8 times, if not more, until I got relief to the point that I wasn't even crying. I was just yeah, I'm okay. I can function now. And it just took 1 day. It took 1 day. Of course, over the course of the many years, there's still some lingering heartache, but at that time I really needed relief because I just couldn't function. I was just so emotionally overwhelmed, and the PS Tech just helped me out. It literally helped me out. It was wonderful, and that's why I recommended it to other people that were going through something, something traumatic. And he is such a blessing. I think his name is Phil or Tim. You have to look it up, pstech.org. He is a godsend. I forgot if I wrote him, but I think his name is Tim. It's hard to pronounce his name, but it's either Tim or Phil, but I'm pretty sure it's Tim. He is such a godsend because this technology of like basically disconnecting the emotion from the memory, like he scrambles it using like tapping your fingers and like, or your hands, and like following the sound and the tones. It helps me to function within the day, and it's that strong. It really is so powerful, and it is a godsend. And if you're listening to this and you're going through something that you just cannot function because you're just emotionally overwhelmed like I was, just do it. Just go to pstech.org, and he says live life free, and it's self-help, and it's one of the best tools. He gets rid. So I'm going to list, he has a list here. Self-help with revolutionary mind management science. If you have any of the following, then we have something for you to help for self-help. Phobias or fears, anxiety, relationship issues, anger and resentment, stress, confidence issues, unresolved grief, post-traumatic stress, depression, nightmares, panic, obsession, compulsive behavior, self-hatred, low self-esteem, jealousy or guilt, work-related issues or anxiety. So this really helps, and I have downloaded all of his stuff over the years. I used his technology years ago, but then I forgot about it, and then at the exact moment that I needed it, I just remembered it and I used it. And yeah, I keep it on standby because we don't know, life will throw us something that will keep us unbalanced, but it really helps. This thing really helps, and I love this guy. I think he used it on his wife. He is the best inventor, and basically that's the principle. So when you have a memory and those memories are attached to emotions, so using this technology, you listen on your headphones and you listen to taps and tones, and you tap your hands accordingly, the right hand, the left hand, both at the same time. It somehow scrambles the connection between the emotion and the memory, so that the memory is emotion free, and it helps you to function. Because especially if you have PTSD, which this woman I was talking about needed it. She literally needed it, and she was looking for relief, and it was just literally at the tip of her fingertips. But because she was so addicted to fixing herself, I couldn't help her. So it helps a lot with PTSD because you have memories, and in my case I had memories. So when you remember your ex, and then those were good days, and then you remember what they did, and then that's so emotionally overwhelming. There's no other term for it. It's more than sadness, more than grief. It's just overwhelming emotion, mix of emotions, and you cannot function if you keep on remembering, and you keep on remembering the memory as well. So PS Tech helps. I might use this on my dad because he has some anxiety issues if he is open. Sometimes people are not open. So there's two types of people: the people that really need help, that don't want to get help, and the people that keep on getting help, but they think they need to keep on getting help. You know what I mean? So that's where I used to fall before, that category of I literally need to fix myself. I'm going to fix this. I'm just going to fix one more thing. I'm going to fix that. I need to be perfect. I need to be worthy. It may take many years, many centuries, many lifetimes. We will never reach that point where we are in a state of that perfection that we think we need to be at. but we can definitely clear what gets in the way of us achieving the life that we want to live. And that's it. So anyway, I am also available on YouTube and TikTok. Also available on TikTok. I actually have a bunch of information and techniques there that I teach. It is at Mystic Genie 88. I am also on YouTube, and this is my podcast too. So YouTube is Genie Hermoso, Genie Hermoso, Hermoso, and you can email me if you have any questions and suggestions or comments. It is homeofgenie@gmail.com, HOMEOF. Genie is GNIE @gmail.com. And thank you very much for listening. I will be posting every Saturdays, and I'm batching my content so that you will have something to listen to every Saturdays. And it's in the morning. If you want it, if there's more people that write me and then tell me that they prefer certain days of the week, I can also do that. But anyway, you can listen to this anytime once it's uploaded. But the fresh uploads are every Saturdays in the morning, Central Time. And so thank you very much. And do check out my book as well, Dreams to Reality, the 4 Keys.